but I want to pivot now to your off the field stuff, which obviously is also such an interesting aspect of your life. How did you become so interested, first of all, in the gaming, the Twitch streams, etc.? When did that become a big thing for you?
So growing up, I had one of my best friends lived 3 doors down. He's 2 months younger than me. His dad is an auto mechanic, and he had long time as a building racing Mack trucks, which is a fun fact. But he loved to build things, so he got really into building PCs when we were younger, probably like in the late '90s, and then into all the way up today. They still have a bunch of computers in their house, even though all the kids have been gone for a long time. Um, so they had like 4 or 5 desktop computers at all times, like running in their house, like one on the kitchen table, 2 on desk, one in the garage. Like, so we had a little LAN center going. And then we started playing games. His dad liked to play like old strategy games, uh, RTSs as they're called. And so my buddy and I, and then all the neighbor kids would go over there and we'd play tons of games. So when as I got older, like into high school, I played World of Warcraft like crazy, which is funny because later today when my stream goes, I'm going to play World of Warcraft again. And this was 15 years ago. So I've been playing the same game for a long time. Um, and that's where we spent our time. I just really love video games. I played every game you can think of for years and years and years. I got drafted, and I said, let's take some time. Let's play games in the off season. Let's focus on trying to get to the major leagues. And so I got really into music, which was easier to pick up and put down for me. So DJing, and that's when DJing, producing my own music. I came home in the off season. All my friends lived in frats. Like, it just made sense with where I was in my life and what we listened to and what we were doing for fun. So that all changed in 2016. I had a back issue that we were really struggling to get figured out until towards the end of the year. So for the first time in my professional career, I wasn't traveling with the team. So I was like, I'm gonna play games again. So I had a PS4. A game called Overwatch had just come out, and I was like, I'm one of those guys that if I'm gonna play something and I'm gonna put some time into it, I want to be good. Like, I'm not like let's just go get go beat up for an hour and then just turn it out. Like, that's not fun. So I started watching Twitch streams. I'd known about Twitch for a year or so at that point, and I found a couple guys. A guy named Tim the Tat Man. Shout out to Tim. He's from Syracuse, New York, and he's now a big Mets fan. And I found him, and I started hanging out in a stream. I was like, I could do this. I think I'm goofy and I'm funny. And so I just started streaming from the PS4. And then they're like, well, PC is the best way to do it. I'm like, I know all about PCs. I can build one myself. So then I built my own PC. This is all during that month, like where I was on the DL. Built my own PC. And then you just start upgrading your equipment. So people are just like, oh, you could get a better camera, you could get a better keyboard. And I just like, here's all the pieces. I'm learning so much. This is so exciting. So here we are 5 years later. I've been partner on Twitch for coming up in July. I'll be partner for 5 years. And I've been to Twitch cons. I've gone to all these BlizzCon. I've met all these people that I play with now. A guy you may be familiar with, Ninja, is a buddy of mine. Tyler. He came when we played the Yankees in the DS. He was in New York playing he was on the Daily Show and came to the game, which was a super cool. Wore my jersey and got booed, which is hilarious. So I've made all these awesome friends, these great guys, and we all get together and play games every once in a while, depending on what we're playing, and it's just become kind of a part of my life. I mean, that's how it happened. And then the best part about it is how accessible I am to the fans, and people are like, the last 2 times I've actually went live. Yesterday I went live, and the first, I just look over at my chat before I'm even like on the screen yet, and it's just LGM just spammed in the chat, which is super cool. People are coming and checking it out and asking questions, and I can read the chat in real time. So that's just a perfect situation for me. So that's kind of the long story long. That's how it all happened, and I'm not ready to stop. It's fun.
The fan interaction, the accessibility. I would assume that you've had thousands and thousands and thousands of fan interactions doing these things. Is there any one over the last 5 years that has stood out in particular, whether it's positive, negative, funny, anyone that comes immediately to mind?
Now that I'm thinking about it, I have one specifically. I'll never forget. I played Fortnite, and this wouldn't have been I wouldn't been able to do this without Twitch. Playing Fortnite with Tim and I think another guy named Courage, I believe. He's from New Jersey. Wow, these guys are all from up there. And we were just playing. Yeah, with 3-man, it was 3-man. We were playing a squad. And we had a spot open. Someone named Joel joined. I was like, they're like, "Hey Joel, what's up?" And he's like, "Hey guys." I'm like, "Wait, who is that?" It was Deadmau5, who I am a gigantic fan
Really?
of and have been for a really long time. And we played 2 or 3 games, but I did not say a word. I was like, "Don't mess this up. He'll leave if you talk." Like, that's what it was. It was like the biggest, like, starstruck moment ever.